On the plane, an old man suddenly suffered a cerebral hemorrhage and collapsed, which terrified the 3 flight attendants. They intended to perform CPR to save him. But when they opened his clothes, they saw that the old man was strapped all over with gold. With life at stake, Gita immediately consulted with the captain and decided to turn back to save him first. Along the way, the 3 also considered keeping the gold for themselves. But the problem was, if the old man died, it would be one thing if he survived and found the gold missing. Their humble status wouldn't protect them from severe consequences. After much deliberation, the 3 ultimately decided to hand the gold over to the airline. They had expected to receive a generous bonus, but instead were met with a scolding. The reason was that there had been a death on the plane, which could seriously damage the airline's reputation. Not paying compensation is already good enough. What bonus are you asking for? Later, the 3 sisters thought more about the matter and found it increasingly suspicious. First, the old man knowingly risked his high blood pressure to fly, and he was carrying 8 tons of gold. This was clearly abnormal. But this wasn't the main point. The key was that the old man's phone was in Jasmine's hands. At first, she just wanted to leave her own number on it for private contact. But after investigation, I found out that the old man was merely a small courier responsible for smuggling gold. The real boss had never appeared. And conveniently, this phone had the contact information of the big boss to figure out the old man's smuggling route. The 3 sisters decided to actively contact the boss themselves, taking over his position. After obtaining the boss's address, they hurried there. Because of their occupation as flight attendants, frequently traveling worldwide, they seemed more valuable than the deceased old man. The boss agreed to cooperate without hesitation. As for revenge, for every batch of gold the 3 sisters delivered to Dubai, the boss would pay an additional $30,000. Don't think this is a small amount. $30,000 in India is what a worker might earn in 10 years. Of course, the condition was not to get caught. If anything went wrong, the whole family would pay the price. The method to make money was clear, but how could they get the gold onto the plane without anyone noticing? To solve this, the 3 devised a brilliant plan. The flight attendants melted the gold bricks into liquid gold, poured it into special molds, and once cooled, they had individual gold spheres. Then, they evenly coated each with chocolate sauce, laid them out to dry, and finally individually packaged them, disguising them as chocolates to carry along with them. With preparations complete, the 3 changed into their uniforms and headed to the airport. Being internal staff, they easily passed security. Although it was their first smuggling operation, and they were somewhat nervous,